The gate of recognition. Psalm 118 and Matthew 23. Mercy, rejection, and the arrival blessing in Real Hoodoo. Shalom, family. Today we're doing the full teaching, all the verses. Psalm 118, 23 through 29, and Matthew 23, 37 through 39. Not just the two that rose to the top, but the entire covenant pattern, because these verses form one revelation: mercy, rejection, desolation, and the gate of recognition that unlocks divine arrival. Psalm 118, 23 through 24. God's doing and God's day. Psalm 118, 23 says, "This is the Lord's doing. It is marvelous in our eyes." This is the vibration of divine intervention. God stepping in, God acting, God moving. Psalm 118, 24 says, "This is the day which the Lord had made. We will rejoice and be glad in it." This is the vibration of divine timing. The moment God chooses to reveal himself. These verses set the stage. God acts, God reveals, God chooses the moment. God creates the day of visitation. Psalm 118, 25, the cry for increase. Save now, I beseech thee, O Lord. O Lord, send now prosperity. This is the names of fortune, vibration. This is the cry for salvation, deliverance, prosperity, increase, divine help. This verse is literally the petition for fortune, the request for God to send increase. Psalm 118, 26, the arrival blessing. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. This is the gate blessing. This is the recognition formula. This is the priestly acknowledgment spoken at the temple gates. It means the one arriving carries God's authority. The one arriving carries God's identity. The one arriving carries God's mission. The one arriving carries God's increase. This is the moment of recognition. This is the moment the gate opens. This is the moment the blessing flows. Psalm 118, 27 through 29. Light, sacrifice, and mercy. Verse 27 speaks of God giving light and binding the sacrifice. This is covenant imagery. God illuminating the path and accepting the offering. Verse 28 declares God as the personal God of the worshiper. This is identity. Thou art my God. Verse 29 ends with mercy. His mercy endureth forever. So Psalm 118 ends with light, sacrifice, identity, mercy. This is the full covenant cycle. Now we move to Matthew 23, 37 through 39. The other side of the gate. Jesus quotes Psalm 118, but he quotes it in a moment of lament, rejection, and judgment. Matthew 23, 37. The cry of rejected mercy. Jesus says he wanted to gather Jerusalem like a hen gathers her chicks, but they would not. This matches Psalm 118, 23 through 29. God acts, God reveals, God sends mercy, God sends increase, God sends visitation. But Jerusalem refuses the blessing. They refuse the recognition. They refuse the arrival. Matthew 23, 38. The house left desolate. Because they refused the blessing, Jesus says, your house is left unto you desolate. This is the opposite of Psalm 118, 25. Sin now, prosperity. Instead of prosperity, desolation. Instead of increase, emptiness. Instead of visitation, absence. Why? Because the gate blessing was not spoken. Matthew 23, 39. The arrival condition. Jesus says, you will not see me again until you say, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. He quotes Psalm 118, 26, word for word. He ties his arrival, his presence, his visitation to the recognition formula. This is the covenant pattern. Psalm 118, 26, the arrival blessing. Matthew 23, 39, the arrival condition. Recognition unlocks visitation. Acknowledgment unlocks increase. Blessing opens the gate. The full revelation, all verses together. Psalm 118, 23 through 29 shows the mercy, the day, the prosperity, the arrival blessing, the sacrifice, and the enduring mercy. Matthew 23:37-39 shows the rejection, the desolation, and the requirement for the arrival blessing to be spoken before visitation returns. Together they form one teaching. God sends increase, but increase requires recognition. God sends visitation, but visitation requires acknowledgement. God sends mercy, but mercy requires acceptance. God sends the one who comes in his name, but the gate only opens when the blessing is spoken. This is real hoodoo. This is covenant identity. This is the metaphysical vibration of increase. This is the gate of recognition. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. You would not see him until you say it. Shalom.